So we've just had testing taking place around the international circuit in, surprise, surprise, Bahrain. But the traditional home of testing in Formula 1 for years was Barcelona's Circuit de Catalunya. Now this track has also hosted the Spanish Grand Prix ever since 1991. However, it is due to actually drop off the calendar next year, this year potentially being the final Spanish Grand Prix to be held there. Of course, there are rumours about the Madrid circuit not being ready in time, and also Barcelona staying on the calendar, whether it's in a race rotational basis with Imola or something like that, but it could well continue its Formula 1 future. However, it is looking as though Barcelona could well stage pre-season testing in 2026. A controversial decision, if there ever was one. I will explain why at the end of the video, but let's have a look at this article here on the F1Chronicle.com, guys. Let's get the full lowdown about how testing could return to Europe for the first time in years before the 2026 Formula 1 season. Barcelona is gunning to reclaim its spot on Formula 1's pre-season testing slate in 2026. This year, the team's banked on Bahrain's desert sun for 3 days of group running, but Sakhir's been a mess. Colder than Europe, Red Bull's Helmut Marko called it, with wind whipping and a day one power outage he dubbed something I've never seen in modern Formula 1. Sakhir's top stop-start layout isn't helping either, not like the flowing bends of Circuit de Catalunya. We won't be able to tell the order at a cold, wet Bahrain, Williams boss James Vowles said after rain hit Thursday. Yes, it actually rained in Bahrain. Only Aston Martin and Haas had wet Pirellis on hand to be able to run in the intermediate conditions. Regrets? Maybe, but Barcelona's already eyeing a 2026 return with chatter of 3 full tests tied to new chassis and engine rules. Some reckon the Spanish track could snag more than one. Diario Sport quotes Circuit de Catalunya sources saying, "We are in talks and at the moment we only know that the teams will come here at the end of January, but it is obvious that we would like to be able to make a return to the pre-season calendar. No deals locked though, they are just clear on that." The track is not sitting idle. Ferrari gave Lewis Hamilton a private spin in the 2023 car this year, very nice use of words there, and days later Ferrari and McLaren ran the 2026 Pirelli tyre test there. Barcelona is ready to flex. I mean, I like it as a track. I've been there personally. I went there in 2017 for the Spanish Grand Prix. I think it's a great circuit. I think there were several problems with it in the past though. The flow of the circuit wasn't very good. They've removed the chicane since and they've reprofiled the third sector of the track, which has helped massively. And I also think not having pre-season testing there has helped the racing. I think in recent times the racing around the Spanish Grand Prix has been very good. I think it's been a very good race on the calendar. And I think it's a shame we're potentially losing it. Now, I would personally say that I would like to see the Barcelona circuit stay on as a testing circuit as long as we do not go there for a race on the Grand Prix calendar. Now, I want to see it stay on the Grand Prix calendar, but if we don't, which is looking quite likely, then I would love for it to stay on as a testing venue, because in my opinion, and we may well see this as well at the Bahrain Grand Prix this year, when we have testing take place at a track where there is literally 24 hours of running, in this case is Bahrain example, we don't see a very good race because the teams have so much data, it is so predictable, it's boring, to be honest. We saw that last year. Last year's Bahrain Grand Prix in 24 was absolutely a snore fest. It was a terrible race, to be honest with you. So I think that could be the case, and because of that, I think we may see a very dull and boring Bahrain Grand Prix. However, there is a few points to that. Like they said, the testing in Bahrain this year was very cold, very wet, so it won't be very representative. Now, some people might be saying, well, why don't we go to Barcelona then? Why don't we go there? Will the weather be better there? Probably not. Probably not. It's usually quite cold in Barcelona at this time of year by F1 standards. And if you remember, one of the reasons why we went to Bahrain for pre-season testing is because we had the beast from the east back in 2018, I think it was, where it actually snowed during the Barcelona testing. But with all that in mind, and this hasn't been confirmed yet, but I could genuinely see us having 2 weeks of F1 testing in 2026. One at Barcelona and one at Bahrain, because we've got a new set of regulations, new cars being built, and the teams will really need to test them as much as possible. So I think it's entirely possible, and I think it would be advisable for F1 to have 2 weeks of testing rather than just one. And we've done it before and we can do it again. So I think it could genuinely happen. But what do you guys think? Will we see Barcelona come back to the testing kind of circuit, as it were, the testing roster instead of Bahrain? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, check out my other videos on pre-season as well. I've done a video going over the pre-season pecking order, who's looking good and who is not, on just a general kind of review of testing in Bahrain as well, if you didn't catch any of it last week. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, and of course we'll see you soon for some more action from the world of Formula 1 here on the F1Chronicle.com, guys. Have a great week ahead, have a great day, see you very soon.